chains. Even though we got behind on that one, we were able to get a chunk play and get back in the red zone and get a first down. So that was really good. You like to see what those guys can do, and tonight they made plays. And you got Tim, Cortland, all those guys that were out there making plays and executing the play. So nothing that was crazy. I mean, we see it every day, but those guys just went out there and put it on film.
Bo, on the touchdown drive, you take us through the sort of deep in cuts at Cortland that set you up first and goal, and then also how cool was it to just get Tim in the end zone after he's missed the last 2 seasons with injury?
Yeah, so that was a big, like I said, that was a big second and long, got us a first down after the penalty. So that was a big explosive play, a good chunk play to get us in the red zone. And then we did a good job of just, finding Tim there in the end zone. Happy for him. Obviously, he's been through a lot. It's not easy to overcome the things that he has, and then to get out there and be able to contribute like he did tonight was just really cool to see. And he's a gamer. He does a really good job when his number's called, and it was good to see him in the end zone.
You told us on Friday that you're not focused on the pressure of it. You're just trying to have fun based on what you learned in college. How much is the fit helping when you're doing these bootlegs, this play action, you're getting outside the pocket? How much is the fit and the way they're calling plays helping you accelerate this as well?
Really good. I think it's a really good fit, especially tonight. I mean, come out here, I'm very comfortable with the first few plays that were called, and they were kind of, keeping it within my comfort level, and that's, huge, especially for someone who's trying to get in there and execute. You want to run plays that you feel comfortable with, and that's what Coach Payton was calling tonight. So we do a good job of, practicing throughout the week and making sure we're prepared for those plays. And, yeah, I messed up a few tonight, and there'll always be those that you mess up, but you definitely want to, execute more than you mess up, and so that's what we were able to do tonight.
Bo, do you think you've done enough to earn the starting quarterback job?
That's not for me to decide.
Do you feel confident, though, in what you've done in 2 preseason games? You feel good about the body of work?
Yep.
Yeah, Bo, just talk about the one play that was called back, the touchdown pass. Did you know you were probably over the line?
When I looked to the side, I kind of had a feeling, but they didn't throw a penalty, so I thought I got by, but the instant replay gets us all.
Bo, can you just speak to the mentality when you get behind the chains like that? I mean, I know it's not easy when you're in 2nd and 15, 3rd and long, whatever, but what's the mentality to overcome that sort of thing? We
were, sitting there at 1st and 10, I believe, and, we were in the huddle, and Mike McGlinchey said something great. He said, just one play at a time, so that kind of sets us all and gets us, kind of in a one-play focus. And once again, we were able to get back to 2nd and 10 and then get a first down. So it took us 2 plays to overcome that penalty or whatever the loss was. And, it's just good to see your offense do that. Sometimes you're going to be faced with a setback, and you want to overcome those because it's not always going to be pretty. And so to be able to do that was really good for us.
Bo, I'm curious, over here, sorry. From the first game to the second game, there must have been some things you wanted to improve on. I'm curious if you have any examples of, even if it's small things, that you were able to correct going from one week to the next week.
Wanted to get in and out of the huddle quick. Sometimes whenever the play gets in there, you get up to the line, you feel rushed, but just felt like, tonight emphasis was getting in and getting out of the huddle. Sometimes you have longer play calls, so we want to stay close to the huddle and get the guys out so you can break and get the right play that's called. And I felt like we did a much better job of that, and we were playing ahead and didn't really feel rushed.
Bo, speaking of that, last week the only thing Sean pointed to that he wanted you to improve on was your footwork. How did you feel that went for you tonight?
I thought it was good. The pocket was great. Able to stand in there and deliver some throws, and footwork piece is always tricky because sometimes you just go off of natural and you go off of feel. Sometimes you're able to go in rhythm, and those are the good ones. But we know it doesn't always necessarily happen like that. So sometimes you got to break the pocket. Sometimes you got to run. We had a few opportunities tonight where we got out the pocket. One that was called back. It was really close. So and then another was able to go get some yards and cut the yardage in half that we needed. So those are always good. You always want to escape, but you definitely want to stay on time. The more on time you can stay, play within rhythm, I think it just opens up all the rest of the movement.
Bo, I know you're focused on your job, but either pregame or after you were out of the game, did you allow yourself to look around and kind of take in the moment of your first home game and see there's certainly a lot of 10 NIX jerseys because they're new uniforms, they're easy to spot. Did you get to do any of that?
Yeah, I thought the atmosphere was awesome. Obviously, my first game here, even though it was a preseason game, I thought it was really fun. It was a great atmosphere. Kept the fans engaged, kept us on the sideline engaged. And, these games are kind of strange because you're playing a certain amount of time, and you do know you're coming out. But when that happens, you just want to stay engaged with the guys and have a good time, and because that's really what you do it for. You go out there and celebrate with everybody, and we're all just kids at heart having fun playing football. Thank y'all.